Here is your critical Saturday morning update. Shout out to everybody here on this early bird style, baby. God bless everybody here. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's take a look at BTC. Let's see what's happening. I talked about a possible inverted head and shoulder here last night. Let's break down what I showed the group, what's happening, and where we are going on this day today. Hardest working man in showbiz is God, man. Yeah, that's right. Shout out to everyone here. This is simple. If you are a bull, you are looking for right shoulders. If we're a bear, we break back inside the falling wedge. So last night we would have dumped, come back in here, and then continue to fall back to the bottom of the wedge, and then maybe even fell off. But I could see how these were two left shoulders here, 1, 2, and how this was also kind of looking similar, right? I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I drew it out for you, and it started to look somewhat into my progression, into my projection. So this is interesting. It looks like we could get a nice move further to the upside. What's happening, man? No days off, baby. Let's go. Yeah. Rough times. Keep a strong mind. Hey, Sam. Hey, just saying, rough times. What are rough times? You sound sidelined. Yeah. Whenever someone trolls, like, about price action, I'm always like, you sound sidelined. It's the best way to troll them. You know, like, I wouldn't get in right now. Price is a bit high. I was just a bit. I'm like, oh, you sound sidelined. Like, sounds like you don't even own no Bitcoin, you know? I'm a doer. I've been doing for a long time. I'm going to continue to do. I'm going to teach you how to do. God is great. God bless you. Reliable Jay showing up on the low. Marcus on the early morning. I should have known Marcus would be here early, man. He loves his early mornings. God bless you, Marcus. Are you working today, Marcus? What you doing, man? You getting up early for a ride? It's cold out there. It's cold here in Florida. I can only imagine what it's like in other parts of the world. Right now in Florida, it is 44 degrees. We are not used to that. We are not used to that. All right, let's do our top-down analysis. Let's see what happened last night. Let's break down this big picture here on the 4-hour, which this is what I'm talking about. You know, remember we started dumping on Friday, and everyone got nervous, and I said, don't worry. I said this previous resistance could be support here for BTC. And I felt like you just open a trade with a stop loss below the wick, and that should take you to Valhalla. Just previous resistance, bounce. It's almost a double bottom there. Could we get the continuation to the upside? So that's interesting. And that suggests that we will continue to the upside today. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin gets a bounce and we end up at 97,005 by the end of the night. Normally, it's very slow volume, right? So where are we going to be when I show up at 8 o'clock tonight? All right, let's talk about that. Let's go to the 1-hour time frame. Let's find 8 p.m., which is going to be 20. Let's make a box at 20 right there. 21, there's 20. Let's move that over a bit. Just one buy. Got to zoom in or otherwise the little finger won't work. There it is, 20. It looks like Bitcoin's going to make a move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tonight somewhere, I got to go. I don't know if it's going to be that amazing. It would be awesome, but I don't see that. And I don't, let's see here. Got to zoom in and make, you don't want to make it too big because then you're cheating. You know what I mean? We're on the 19th. There we go. I got to move it over. I had it right there. Yeah, on the 20. And I'm going to make it smaller. I know. You say I'm cheating. I ain't cheating. And then we're going to move it down. What am I doing right now? I'm giving you a prediction of where Bitcoin will be exactly tonight at 8 p.m. And that's going to be in a long time from now, right? That's 13 hours if I can do math correctly. I did, so I believe Bitcoin's going to slowly break out and hit this target. Because look, there's a point of control there. We get an hour candle above that. And where were the bears? I mean, I felt like they could have, inverted head and shoulder, possible move to the upside. I'm looking for Bitcoin to end up right there on that green box. Let's do our top-down analysis for you like we do every single day and break it down. We had this descending triangle for you on Friday. We called the dump. It dumped. Didn't go all the way down to the target. We got to move back to the upside. We crossed the 1 minute 200 moving average. And so far, so good. Bitcoin has bounced, and and then we showed you that 4-hour support and resistance, and we said, hey, this is it. We have to hold right here. If we don't, we're in trouble. And we did so far. So we'll see what happens here for Bitcoin. Anything bouncing over the night? Light it up? Never heard light it up? What the heck is light it up? I guess I've done some TA on it. It looks like it's skyrocketed. LITT. Oh, yeah, we used to trade LITT back in the day. It's been, yeah, the last time I looked at LITT was in 2024, though. Anyway, let's get back into BTC, see what's happening, and make love to this chart. Sorry, I did say it, but that's what I do. Swing up to swing. Swing up to swing up. Swing down to swing down. Tells us that we have what, folks? Hidden bullish divergence on the monthly. Which says what? Which says that we're likely going further to the upside here for Bitcoin. You know, and I like to take this right there, that wick, and we bounce off the 786. We're in the golden pocket on the monthly. I mean, it's beautiful. I don't see how we don't get at least back to this resistance at 103.2 and then further to the upside. I have a bot that trades for me, folks. It's Minotaur Trading Bot. It's been doing amazing. Where is my bot? My bot got deleted. No, that's no good. Anyway, I'll have to get it back. I never took it down. Maybe it's on another, where's my, dang it. And we'll figure that out at another time. Whoa. Something big happened last night, I'll tell you that. This is awesome. Hit the like button for sure, man. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I'm getting a little scattered. Let me get back to brass tacks here. I do have a bot, I promise. I swear I have a bolt. Hold on. There's the bot right there. Just gotta click on that. Open anyway, baby. And then I go to the 15-minute. And there will be the bot. And there it is. Once this breaks out to this area, the bot is going to take some of the biggest profits it's ever taken. It's been in a trade for 2 months. It's mitigated. It's got itself into position. And there's a cup and handle right there. Look at, you can see the cup and handle. You can see it. Like, don't get crazy. Cup and handle. I'm called Sammy Cup and Handy. We're breaking out, baby. We're going to Valhalla, man. And nobody knows but me. Everyone's weary. Everyone's like, I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm like, but it's the cup and handle, baby. You know what's going to happen. Sam Price. Crypto Lifer. We've got this. We will. We are the best, baby. Nobody's going to do it before we do. So check it out. Oversold in the 2-week chart. I've been using the stochastics RSI for years. Cross. Big moves coming here, it says, for Bitcoin. And so far, it has been spawning a bigger move. The 2-week chart about to close another bullish candle. And 1 day and 12 hours, that will be the second candle in a row on its way to possibly 3 white soldiers, which is a very bullish candle formation. All right. And then here the weekly is above previous support as resistance, which is also a beautiful thing. That's resistance right there, tweezer top. We are now closed above it, which makes that makes that support. So now 91.5 is support as we head to this high volume node. And only time will tell, but this is bullish to me. And hidden bullish divergence on the weekly too as well. Oversold stochastics RSI, but look, they're pointing up on the weekly. Maybe they could come down for a right shoulder, head, right shoulder. I've seen that, but like something like this. But for the most part, that's a bullish sign here for Bitcoin. The DXY, everything kind of sitting in its place, and tether dominance also looks like it could make a bit of a move down, as we looked at yesterday for the weekly technical analysis, the macro analysis video, right? So now looking here, you can see this is the only struggle that I'm not a fan of seeing this tweezer top. That closes in 3 days and 12 hours. I don't want to see that close like that. It's not going to be a good look for Bitcoin. Could we still be in a possible, rising wedge bear flag that breaks to the downside? I'm open-minded. Let's keep going with this idea, and let's make sure that we have every single possible detail covered. We can't sit back and act like nothing's going to happen. 3-day chart looks good to me. It's back above 93.8. It needs to stay above it. You don't want to see a 3-day candle close below 93,800. That's an inverted head and shoulder to me. Am I crazy? Am I nuts here? Am I drinking the Sammy Price Kool-Aid? Or is that a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder ready to break to the upside, baby? Isn't that the neckline? I see an inverted head and shoulder. What do you? Heck yeah, it's pamp time, baby. Yeah, we'll see. And there could be some altcoins that start to make a pretty big move here tonight as well. But only time will tell, right? Anyway, I like this. This is looking like an inverted on a very big time frame. And then the daily, to me, is all about the fact that we just got to stay above daily support or resistance. Like these wicks, like stay above these wicks on the daily. Get the 21 to come into price action. Be really nice if we get a bounce and the daily consolidates. Like if the daily can consolidate, I'm telling you right now, up and down, get tight in here, pull the 21. There's just such a high odd you're going to win this trade. 103.8 with stops below these wicks or stops below these wicks. We made it through the VRVP, which tells me we're above the chunk. Once we did this for 19K, we never went back. This says this is the bottom, man. It was also an Adam and Eve double bottom that a lot of people did not spot. We were all over it. They've had these little wicks. We saw this as a cup and handle. It played out. I called that long for you guys. You're still in the money if you took that long. You got to be like, oh my gosh, how did Sam do it? I mean, that was an amazing long. We called this area, like we called this Adam. It's, man. Remember when we had the 12-hour bottom call? When I called the 12-hour bottom? Anyway. Tweezer top, bottom, man. So there's a good chance that I did farm the bottom because I've done it many times. All right. But I can't say it's guaranteed. I wish I could. And then here we are. Back to this 4-hour idea. Back to life. Back to reality. Right? You know what I'm doing. You know what I said. You know what just happened. So, falling wedge here. We come back. I feel like this falling wedge breaks out. It now is retesting, and this thing could launch. So we're at a, we need this 4-hour to break back to the top of this trend here today to solidify that the daily's making a more bullish consolidation. If we lose this level, all that kind of goes out the window. And what if this is a giant head and shoulder and we kind of start to come back down? Anything is possible. Be ready for what you don't want to see. Throw yourself the biggest worst case scenario and look at it every day. Don't just keep feeding yourself Kool-Aid. That's not cool. That's not going to get you to the next level. You're going to want to see things a little bit how you don't want to see them at first. Like, what if that doesn't do, So I see this as an inverted head and shoulder. Looks like Bitcoin's making a bit of a flag here too. And as funny as it is, I mean, that's a cup and handle. There's a cup. That's a handle. That's a Sammy cup and handy. All right, whether you believe me or not. And that could have a nice move to the upside too here. So I am a little bullish on Saturday morning. We could also just go completely sideways and do nothing. I get it. But I'm a little bullish on Saturday morning. And we may be getting either sideways price action or a pump here. So that's what I'm looking for. We don't want too big of a movement, right? Then we'd have a CME gap. So it would be great if we just go sideways all the way till Sunday. But the way market structure is looking with the high, with the low, and this higher low here, I'd like to see if we can break through this resistance. So see if we get through 95.8 today. That's all we really need to do. And yeah, I like what's brewing. Let's take a look at the daily close yesterday. Wasn't it amazing? Look at that. We opened at 95,599. The high was 95,855. The low was 94,291, and the candle closed at 95,550. And so we'll see. But that, indecision doji, but a lot of wick back to the upside, suggesting some buy pressure, and we just stayed above support and resistance. So watch your 1-hour time frame today. That one has a lot of sauce to it. The 15-minute has to get back above the 200 moving average, otherwise we may roll over. Worst case scenario, what's your worst case scenario? This kind of starts looking like a descender. You chop around in here today, and this thing breaks down, and we continue a dump, and we dump all the way right back down to 92.4. Let's take a look at Bookmap. I haven't seen it yet this morning, and see what's happening for Bookmap. So yeah, that's what I see happening. Yeah, I left my hazard lights on my Cadillac on Saturday. Then I let it sit for 3 days. Now the battery is completely dead. It won't flip the car over. I feel like the battery did get charged, but then the car would never tell me it was out of park. A guy came last night. We sat there and played with it for an hour. I gave him a tip, and I couldn't move the car. And then he couldn't even tow the car to Cadillac because I can't move the thing. It's sitting in my driveway, unable to move right now. Crazy. But it's all right. At least I have another car. All right. Bitcoin just needs some good volume, baby. Yeah. Somebody says more down than up for Bookmap. Let's take a look. Everyone battery has been going dead. I know, right? Well, here in Florida, right? We're not used to it. It's crazy. But yeah, man, I thought I could just jumpstart my Cadillac in a second. But no, that thing's sitting. I haven't driven it since Saturday. I haven't driven it in a week. So weird. I kept saying, oh, I'll get to it. That's how busy I get, man. I'm like, oh, I'll get to that battery eventually. Yeah, Bookmap suggested 94,500. But at least it's some support. Like, at least like there could be some liquidations there and then some bounces. So, can Clash actually get to 1 billion this year? It's possible. You never know. Yeah, so Bookmap says, but there's a lot of liquidity up here too. Like, if you just zoom up here, if you bring this down, well, it won't let me do it right now. It's funny. There we go. But there's just so much liquidity up there. Look at it. All the way up to 102,000. So watch out on the double top on dash, straight to the 21. Interesting. You need a battery, bro. No battery. Nah, battery too dead. Won't take it. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Yeah, so just need to replace the battery, man. That's all. Yeah. I got it. You probably have an AGM style battery. What does that mean? I gotta Google. I gotta grok that now. You gotta make me grok that. Yeah, it's cold in Florida. I know, man. You know, maybe because our batteries are never used to being cold. So the cold, because another battery, maybe, do they use colder battery? Maybe they use like winter batteries up in Northeast. I don't know. Never had the battery die in the Northeast, but you know, I only left the hazard lights on for, I don't know, 10 hours. The new supercapacitor jumpers will start any dead battery, using the dead battery itself to jump. Supercapacity jumpers. I know, right? It says 1 minute Bitcoin in action. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on the 1 minute time frame. It did just break back above the 200 moving average. Look at that. And look how weird the candle bodies are on the weekend, though. But look, that's my signal. Isn't that crazy? That's my model right there. A flag touching in the 21, touching above the 200 moving average. That's the flag. There's, you know, and boom. Bitcoin. Nice little pump. So, hey, maybe it's already starting. As I showed you, like the 4 hour looks strong. And we get this move here. This also looks shoulder, head, right shoulder. As I showed you on the 1 hour. Look at the 2 hour. Yeah, that's an inverted head and shoulder on the 2 hour time frame. You can see it. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. It's not, I mean, it's like you could see it so perfect, can't you? What, you can't see that? For me, things are so obvious to me, but they're not obvious to everybody else. My mind isn't fragmented, right? But to me, like that also, like it broke out. Like, hold on. I'm going to get rid of the moving averages so you can see what I see. No, not that. Just the moving averages. Hey, Pablo. So, see this? Like, that flag looks like it broke out just now. Like, that was the flag. It broke out. We'll see. Weekend trading can be very risky. I wouldn't go crazy here. But I just want to show you how the bigger picture could fall into place. All right? So that's your Bitcoin update for the morning. You know what's up on Saturday. And it's done already. So whoever comes here, it's the early bird special, man. Quant up a little bit today, which is interesting. That's good for DeFi. Chili's, Immutable X finally getting some move. Pancake swap back at 204. A little bit of movement in the altcoins. So altcoins got some love today. As that Genius app came back on board, DeFi started talking. All right. And SHX, remember, actually, look, they're pushing it here too. We actually seen it yesterday. Let's take a look at if SHX had anything to do. And we gave you our green box. Bitcoin could be in the green box tonight when I show up on my live stream at 8 p.m. So get ready for that. I think that'll get you absolutely excitable. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at SHX. It looked nice when someone asked me about it yesterday on the stream. Getting very tight. I'll be honest, it's getting very tight. I mean, that tells me something is about to happen here. It's either going to dump or pump. It's on the precipice of a move. So Thank you for your report this morning. Anytime, man. Others 4-hour cup and handy. Alt's got to have a good weekend. Yeah, just recharge the battery, boss. Won't start if it's totally dead. It needs charge otherwise. It'll run the alternator even if it starts. Yeah. I couldn't get the battery to turn on. I connected it to my other car for like 2 hours, man. Lighter was at the bottom of its barrel. And look, so look at that bear flag on lighter. I said it was going to go lower. It did. And there's another bear flag on lighter. So I think a lot of people got in on this like TGE at the end of the year, and they all jumped on in, and then I feel like it got VC compromised or something. It is starting to kind of belly out. You want to see it make a rounded bottom here, and then kind of break on way out of here. But dang, a little pump for, I get it. It went from 180 to 190. It looks cool on paper by itself. When you zoom out and look at it, it's show some love. Hit the love button, baby. Hit the like button. Hit the love button, man. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you. And live with light, love, and happiness every single day. Yeah, Zebek looked like it could break out. We like it. I see it headed to 00392. Coming down for the retest. Make sure it doesn't go back below that support. And you're on your way. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 2 hours, Sammy. 2 hours, Sammy. A jump is quick. Only should take 5 minutes. I know. It wouldn't turn the car over. I got it about to start one point. And then I feel like I messed with the driving column, which I shouldn't have. And now it doesn't know it's in park or something. I think I did something, man, when it was in between power. Because the Cadillac has so many sensors so one sensor doesn't know it's in park, so it won't start the car. It keeps saying put it in park. But I know the car's in park, but I can't get it back in park because I can't see it. It was crazy, man. The guy put a supercharger, double charges. It was crazy last night. He had a truck that said go Trump all over it. It's sort of funny. We're going to 100K plus again. Can you check the weekly and the 2-week stochastics RSI cross? I already did that, man. Yeah, you're late. We already did that. It's funny. Imagine coming to a stream that was done at 5 in the morning and then telling someone to do something that they already did. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let's take a look at Dash, too, and see what's happening to Dash today. Yeah, it could be double top in there. I didn't take it in. I said just, hey, if it can consolidate, it would trade. That's what I like to do. I just say, hey, I put the best scenario out and only trade if the price takes the best scenario. All right? He says I'm up on gun. Doesn't look amazing, but if you got at the early stages there, in the 5th of January, it's been ripping. It went up 3.5x. That's pretty awesome. So, gold, please check it. Anyway, I got to jump on out of here, everyone. It's early bird special for me. I don't have much time, but I just wanted to let you know what's happening for BTC. Look out for altcoins throughout the day. Bitcoin looks like it's going to go sideways or up, which is usually good for altcoins. So that tells me that, altcoins may have a little bit of a run, and they're already kind of jumping a little bit. So good signs for the market. It looks healthier than it has in a while. And I'm excited to see where we could go. Just want to take a look at the bubbles, crypto bubbles real quick, and see what crypto bubbles is saying. Yeah, Barachain ripped. White ripped, right? Ron, Coca. And you see a lot of green. The last hour or two, just, not a little pullback here, but stay strong, believe, keep pushing. You should go through at least 100 coins before you decide which ones you want to trade. Make sure you're very, very hard on yourself about that. Someone says pump. Bitcoin got a little bit of a pump. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Just started to slow down a little bit there. But, just go by what I said. You double check it, redo your TA2, and keep yourself ready to go. Mass is going back to the moon with this new AI. Yeah. Thanks, Sam. Have a great day. God bless everyone. God bless everybody here. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be back tonight at 8 p.m. Have a wonderful morning, wonderful day, and God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here and sharing the most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I'll see you on the flip side. God bless. Thank you. Secret to Success is getting started. What are you going to start today to be great?